Let's go. The new saltwater tank is in the building. Well, not really. Custom Aquariums has blessed us yet again with a new 100-gallon frameless tank and stand. But let me tell you, when they ship a tank to you, they don't play. This thing comes super secured in a full-blown crate that took me about 45 minutes to get open. It's not hard to get open at all. You just need the right tools, a drill and a crowbar. But it's my own fault for not having a crowbar. I had to do things the barbaric way and just swing the hammer. With a drill, you get all the screws out on the plywood that's covering the tank. And once you get it open, you'll see all the 2x4s securing the tank inside. And you'll notice that even inside the crate, the tank and stand are very secure and they're not sliding around in there, because the last thing you want is to wait 6 or 8 weeks for your new tank to be delivered and it's scratched, or even worse, cracked. As you can see, I'm happy like a kid in a candy store. I think the only joy bigger than getting new fish is getting a new tank. Once we get it open, it's secured by nailed in 2x4s, which would have been easy to remove with a crowbar, but I had to put a little elbow grease and swing that hammer. And on a 75, 80 degree day here in New York, I got a good little mini workout in. We got the stand loose, and after pulling it out, my little man and I were able to carry it in no problem. The stand isn't heavy at all. 2 people can carry it very easily. We make it inside, the tank finds its final resting place, and just like that little kid inside, I'm happy as can be. Then we go after the tank itself. And if you're wondering why the tank is at the bottom, it's because the tank is heavier than the stand. And when you ship anything, you want the most weight at the bottom. This took a lot more swinging of the hammer to get these 2x4s off, but I was being very careful not to even come close to that glass. But ultimately, I just had to release the beast and free my tank. You say you need a crowbar, baby. You got guns. Now I know why I do all those deadlifts. Of course, the glass tank itself is going to be a lot heavier than the stand, but still nothing that 2 people can't lift by themselves. I give a lot of credit to my little 13-year-old man for being able to handle this, just me and him. So we get the tank on the stand, and of course, I'm as happy as ever to get it on there, but I did forget one very important thing. Stop. Do not discard this support pad. This support pad is necessary to obtain any applicable warranty. Always place this pad underneath the aquarium before filling it. If you don't put this pad under there like I didn't, you will void your warranty. So pad is going in there right now. After getting the tank off the stand, installing the pad, and putting the tank back on there, now we get to really enjoy the beauty and the craftsmanship of Custom Aquariums tanks. These door panels have a beautiful design, which I picked out myself. You can get whatever custom design you like, and they also match my 450-gallon door panels, so that's a plus for the fish cave. The doors and hinges always come with that slow close, no slam, no noise feature. I love that. Don't mind Cooper in the reflection, but we gotta talk about this frameless tank. Check this thing out. I'm really starting to like these frameless designs. It looks very sleek, very clean, and if you take a look at the silicone on there, very, very nicely done. At the bottom, the silicone is not anything to be excited about, but that's because you're going to add substrate anyway, and there's no need for them to take the time to make it nice and clean. You're going to cover that with substrate. The silicone that matters is on the edges of the glass where they meet together, and that's where it looks great. Overall, I couldn't be happier with my new 100-gallon tank. Now, let's get to setting this thing up. The substrate of choice once again will be Seachem's Pearl Beach Aragonite Sand. This sand has all the goodies you need to keep your pH nice and high, and your water full of essential minerals needed by both the fish and the coral. With any substrate that's not a live substrate, meaning it doesn't already contain live bacteria, I highly recommend you rinse it out thoroughly. If you don't clean your sand, you're gonna have days and days and days of a cloudy tank. I'm adding my sand to 2 5-gallon buckets and letting them rinse for about an hour or so each. I filled 2 20-pound bags into each bucket and ultimately used 4 20-pound bags for about a 1.5-inch sand bed. Since the whole point of this new 100-gallon tank is to be a low-tech saltwater tank, not only is it going to be a fowler tank, fish only with live rock, but I'm also going to be using nothing but tap water to fill this tank. Once it's full of tap water, then I'll be adding the salt, and we will only be using tap water on this tank. We are not going to use RODI water because we want to keep it as easy and simple as possible so that anyone can transition from fresh over to a saltwater tank. While we check out this process, allow me to elaborate in a little bit more detail, if you will. This will be my first ever low-tech, fish only with live rock, tap water only tank. Or what I like to call it, an LT Fowler 2.0 tank. If you like that, make sure to comment LT Fowler 2.0 below and let me know. But why, Kev? What's the point? Well, in my humble opinion, I believe that the biggest barrier for the freshwater community to even consider trying a saltwater tank is two main things: the necessity of using RODI water and the amount of equipment needed, which both ultimately tie together into one main factor, which is the cost. So I want to show all of you that you do not need to use RODI water or a bunch of extra equipment to have a successful saltwater tank, and this tank will be the proof in the pudding. And as far as the equipment, we're going to keep that simple too. The number one gripe is that tap water is too dirty. It contains a bunch of pollutants and excessive nutrients that's going to cause diatoms, algae blooms, cyanobacteria, dinoflagellants, and a number of problems. But here's the thing. I'm not inventing anything new here, guys. In the comment section, you're going to see three sides to the story. One side, of course, will be the diehard reefer gang that says I'm giving terrible advice, my tank is destined to fail, and I shouldn't be encouraging beginners to even attempt such a stupid thing like using tap water. This tank is going to be impossible to be successful. Kev, you're such a dummy. Another side will be the guys that say, bro, you're not special. This has been done successfully for years. Not only have I only used tap water in my saltwater tank for 10, 15, 20 years without any problems, I even keep coral in there too. Kev, don't act like you're special. This has been done and everyone knows about it. You're late to the game, bro. Haha. Yeah, if you didn't know, you can receive hate from multiple perspectives, completely opposite from each other. Trust me. Then there's side number 3, will be the people that are excited to learn something new, excited to see the expansion of this information to those that thought this was impossible. Side 3 will be happy to see with their own eyes that this can be done. They'll feel encouraged and confident about giving saltwater a try thanks to a video like this. And they'll feel less attacked by the industry when they admit that they've been using tap water all along. So guess what? This video is for you, side 3 guys. Let's go. Yes, Cooper is poop, but I wanted to show the tank actually getting filled with tap water. My hose connects directly to my utility sink in my closet. Nothing but tap water comes right through that hose and right into the tank. That way, nobody could say that I didn't really use tap water to fill this tank. So we got the tank full, but as of right now, it's still a freshwater tank until we add some salt. Let's go. My go-to salt is Seachem and Aquavitro's Salinity. This is what I use in my actual reef tank as well. So I'm using the same stuff in this tank so that there's nothing different. But you can use any salt that you prefer. And now we have a saltwater tank. Next step, obviously, is to get the equipment on this tank so we could get the water moving, get that salt mixing. Remember, we're gonna keep it low tech here, right? So no sump, no skimmers, no dosers, no timers, no RODI water, just straight up tap water and all the regular equipment that you would normally use on a freshwater tank, like a canister filter. We're gonna go with the Fluval FX2 canister filter, as well as Fluval's inline UVC light. That's gonna help with the potential algae buildup from the tap water. A light, we're gonna go with the Fluval C marine light, a wave maker. We got the AI Orbit already installed in the tank. And if your room is kind of on the cold side, you're gonna need a heater. My room runs really warm, so I don't even need a heater in this tank. So let's get to installing this little nugget. I promise I have a full and complete detailed guide on how to install the FX2 canister filter. If it's already out, you'll see a card in the top right hand corner right now. If not, stand by. But I had to take this opportunity to state one more obvious thing before the keyboard warriors started flexing. Obviously, everyone's tap water is different. I have a TDS of 125, which means total dissolved solids, in my tap water, and that could be relatively clean for some people that have over 300 TDS in their water. But that doesn't matter because the tools we plan to use to combat everything in our tap water is widely available to everyone. Seachem Prime is the best water conditioner on the market. It removes chlorine and also chloramine, which RODI water can't remove. It also removes heavy metals from the water, making it as safe as can be for your fish. Then we have Seachem Phosguard, which can rapidly absorb phosphates and silicates, which are the primary food for your nuisance algae that all the reefers say you're gonna get all over the tank. Then we have Seachem Purigen, which removes the nitrogenous organic waste from the water before it turns into ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. But of course, none of these are mandatory. These are just available products that you can choose to use if your tap water is on the dirty side compared to the cleaner side. In my case, I'm starting out using only Purigen, and as the tank progresses with more livestock, I'll determine whether I need to add more chemical media or not. Now that we got the FX2 installed, let's give the tank just 24 hours and see what it looks like. Boom, what a difference a day makes. Look at that clarity just 24 hours later. And if you stuck around this long, I got a treat for you. If you're still here, make sure you comment, I got some new fish. I got some new fish. The very first saltwater tank fish for the 100-gallon is an Emperor angelfish. Check him out. You guys know that I wasn't gonna set up this whole tank and not put a fish in it right away. You know we gotta add a fish on okay, it's day 2, not day 1. But we're gonna add the fish, we're gonna do prime and stability, and let's see how the new guy likes his new home. Emperor Angel, here we go. As soon as he's in the tank, we're dosing Sea-Chem Prime and Sea-Chem Stability. If you don't know about this method, check the video up top. You're gonna wanna find out. There he is. Check out that beautiful fish. Wow, look at that shot. He's wondering where he is right now. He's got a whole 100 gallons to play with. Don't worry about the scape too much right now, guys. I just put the rocks in here so they could start curing and get this tank cycling. But we're gonna add much more rock in the future. Right now, just wanna get the cycle going with my new Emperor Angel, looking like a stud. Check him out, picking at the rock already, looking for some food. That's a good sign. There he goes again. An appetite on a new fish is always a good thing. Go ahead, guy, look for it. There's nothing on that rock, but it doesn't hurt to try. That's my whole setup, that's all I'm gonna use. But there is one more piece of equipment that us freshwater guys don't really use. But when you have a saltwater tank, it's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. And that's an auto top-off system. And you go watch that video right there. But before you go, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.